Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas G. Now, Rahul Gandhi has gone abroad and has once again launched a barrage of attacks on the Modi government, the RSS and its ideology. From low participation of women in the labour force to offering his own interpretation of Devta to his view on skill development in India. The leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, spoke on a wide range of issues in his public addresses in Dallas, in the United States. Rahul has referred to the Lok Sabha elections and said that fear of BJP and the Prime Minister has vanished after the results came out, calling it a huge achievement of the people of India. Speaking on women, Rahul said that RSS wants that they are restricted to homes and kitchens, while the Congress believes in women being able to aspire to whatever they wish to do. Rahul has also offered his own interpretation of Devta and said that it doesn't mean God, but a person who is a transparent being. Sharpening his attack on RSS, Rahul has accused it of capturing the education system and using it to push its own ideology. Listen in to some of the fierce attacks.
The BJP and the RSS believe that women should be restricted to a particular role. They should stay at home, they should cook the food, they should not talk too much, right? And we believe that women should be allowed to aspire to whatever they want to do. So Devta in India actually means a person whose internal feelings are exactly the same as his external expression. Meaning he's a completely transparent being. Right? It does not mean God. I think India has a skill respect problem. So India doesn't respect people who have skills. Our education system doesn't connect with the business system. Bridging that gap, linking those two systems of skill and the education system, vocational training, I think it's fundamental. I think currently, a huge problem in the education system is the ideological capture. Most of our vice chancellors today are placed by the RSS.
Indian Overseas Congress Chairman Sam Pitroda, who's regarded as a mentor of Rahul Gandhi, he praises on the leader of opposition, saying that Rahul was not a pappu but a highly educated, well-read, deep-thinking strategist who has a vision.
I must tell you, he's no pappu. He's highly educated, he's well-read, he's a strategist with deep thinking on any subject. And sometimes it is not very easy to understand him.
BJP, meanwhile, has gone all guns blazing against Rahul Gandhi, accusing him of trying to run down India once again while speaking from foreign soil.
Sir, Rahul Gandhi seems to have built a pattern and a history of always going abroad and running down the country in some way or the other without giving the true and complete facts. He must recognize now and realize that he's the leader of opposition of the world's largest democracy, and therefore there is a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi will certainly go abroad and ask for help from Europe and America about India's democracy, despite being elected, despite being such a senior leader, but he will never speak in favor of India, and that seems to point to a pattern that his scriptwriters or he have chosen to run down and tarnish India's image globally.
परंतु राहुल गांधी जी ये बताइए ना कि आप तो महिला उत्पीड़न के खिलाफ है, तो केरल की सिमी रोजबेल जॉन के साथ क्या किया? जब उन्होंने कास्टिंग काउच का बोला तो उनको पार्टी से निकाल दिया। जब कन्नौज में नवाब यादव का नाम आया और डीएनए टेस्ट हुआ और पता चला कि उसने एक बच्ची का बलात्कार किया, तो आपने क्या स्टैंड लिया? जो राहुल गांधी वैसे पहले कह चुके हैं कि मंदिर में जाने वाले लड़कियों को छेड़ते, वो कहते देवता का मतलब भगवान नहीं होता। राहुल गांधी जी, क्या किसी और धर्म के पैगंबर इष्ट भगवान के बारे में ये कह सकते हैं आप? कभी नहीं कहेंगे। परंतु ये केवल और केवल हिंदुओं को दो गाली ताकि मिले वोट बैंक की ताली, और इसीलिए कभी कहते प्रभु श्री राम का अस्तित्व ही नहीं। प्रभु श्री राम को भी ये भगवान नहीं मानते। अब देवता भी भगवान नहीं होता ये कह रहे हैं। ये वही राहुल गांधी है जो कहते हिंदू हिंसक होता।
Well, if Narendra Modi ji thinks that he is like God and that's not anti-Hindu, then God be with BJP and God be with Hindus.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us with us is Shazia Elmi, national spokesperson of the BJP. Karthikeya Tanna is author and columnist joining us. Ratan Sharda, author, also with us. Tanveer Ahmed is a political analyst. We also have with us Faizan Kidwai, spokesperson of Samajwadi Party. But I want to ask first and foremost, Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen Poonawalla, you know, number of comments that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has made today. But when he comes out to attack the RSS, the BJP on its track record when it comes to women, you know, there are bound to be examples of the Congress's party's own track record. We've seen, for instance, recently in Kerala what happened. There was a lady who spoke up against women being treated unfairly. She was removed from the party. We've seen, you know, comments come in from several leaders. Digvijay Singh, his Tanchmal comment, Supriya Shrinet and the Mandi Mein Kya Bhav comment. You know, there are several leaders of the Congress party who have made these comments. Does Congress really have the moral high ground to stand on treatment of women, particularly when preaching from the foreign soil as Mr. Rahul Gandhi is?
I think there will always be individual examples, or there will always be cases where political parties or organizations may or may not have lived out completely to the ideals. But overall, what is the situation? Overall, the situation is both the BJP and the RSS are patriarchal organizations, which is not the case of the Congress. Now, I'm not defending what the Congress has said or even its Kerala model. I think anyone who's wronged must immediately seek legal action. Legal action must happen. But in the BJP and RSS, there is an ecosystem that does not allow women to grow beyond a certain point. So, example, the BJP will never have a woman president. The RSS will never have a woman president or president from the OBC, SC or ST caste. These are organizations that are against the idea of India and against the idea of the Constitution of India that is so diverse and that is so central to the idea of India. And that is what the central point of his theme was. You will never ever have an OBC, SC or ST president of the RSS. You will never have a woman president of the BJP. Shazia is phenomenally talented. She is amazing, but that is it. She may end up becoming the vice president of the BJP. She will never be president of the BJP. That is the problem. That is what we are talking about. That glass ceiling the BJP will never allow you to break. And that is what we must all strive to fight against. There are several comments of Mohan Bhagwat. There are several comments of the Honorable Prime Minister that are anti-women. That is the problem, the mindset. You won't find those comments by Rahul Ji. You won't find those comments by Mrs. Gandhi or by Kharge Ji. Those comments reflect the mindset of the organization. For example, just one, and I'll end here. Bhagwat Ji said that, rapes happen in India, not in Bharat. So these are the mindset that we have to fight against. It's not individual cases. There will be individual cases.
Well, Mr. Digvijay Singh is a fairly senior member of the Congress party, but nevertheless, you've asked a question to the BJP. There are glass ceilings and there are mentality issues is what Tehseen is referring to within the BJP and the RSS. And that's what Rahul Gandhi has referred to in his comments in Dallas. Please respond to that comment of Tehseen. Shazia.
So first of all, I'd like to say we have a daughter of an Adivasi as the president of the country, the first woman defense minister and finance minister. In fact, the longest serving finance minister, somebody who's presented the budget maximum number of times, is a woman. And Nirmala Sitharaman, only made possible by a party like BJP. If you see the internal committee, the Sushma Swaraj committee had ensured years back 33% internal reservations within the party in all posts of the party. And of course, the Nari Shakti Adhiniyam, Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. So I don't know how to even denounce this. The fact of the matter is that it is at the heart of the thinking of RSS and BJP both that the woman is the center around which life revolves, growth revolves, and development revolves, which is why every scheme of which is there of Prime Minister Modi ji is based on the woman. If you see the DBT and direct transfers, if you see the registration of names of the Central Vikas Awas Yojana, you will find them in the names of women. Whether it is a sanitation drive or the Swachh Bharat, that's one thing. But you know, while you say everything, Rahul Gandhi was strangely silent on Abhay. He was silent on all weather issues related to all his alliance partners, whether it's Samajwadi Party leaders or what is going on in Kolkata. The whole world wanted to know, but he remained just quiet. He made very shallow remarks, displaying an utter lack of understanding or even insight about the economy. So that was very, very sad indeed.
I'm going to come to economy in just a moment. Just a moment, please. Since you mentioned Samajwadi Party, I want Faizan to respond to that point. Because Faizan, there are questions relating to Samajwadi Party, notwithstanding recent incidents. Even in the past, this mentality that in fact is being spoken about by Mr. Rahul Gandhi, many would say is also personified by a party's supremo, late Mulayam Singh Yadav, in his ladke hain galti ho jati hai kind of comments. And also more recently, we've seen serious charges against very close aides of Mr. Akhilesh Yadav and Dimple Yadav. So there are some serious questions surrounding not just the Samajwadi Party, but also we all know what has happened in the Trinamool Congress-led government there in West Bengal. All questions that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is very clearly evading is what the BJP is saying. Your response, Faizan?
See, Madhav, we all know what Narendra Modi, the kind of comments he has made about women. He called Sonia Gandhi Jersey cow, Congress ki vidwa. Late Sunanda Pushkar was addressed by the Honorable Prime Minister as 50 crore ki girlfriend. And then, Madhav, I'm sure you're aware there is a lady lawyer who had written an open letter to the CJI that she will commit suicide because she's constantly facing harassment in the workplace. So this talks about volumes of what women are going through in Uttar Pradesh under Yogi Adityanath and the Bharatiya Janata Party rule. Because these people, as Tehseen very rightly pointed out, this is a patriarchal organization, and whatever Mr. Rahul Gandhi said about BJP and women, the ideology of RSS and the way they treat women, I'll just quote you few statements by Mr. Mohan Bhagwat and people related to RSS. Mr. Bhagwat made a comment that the Western idea of feminism is not suitable for India. Women should be educated but not westernized. One Mohan Vaidya says women should focus on family and child rearing. This is their opinion about women. They feel that women are only good to stay at home, do the household work, raise children, and that's it. That's what women should be doing. It's actually an age-old patriarchal ideology which divides work on the basis of gender. For them, women are only good to do household work. So an organization such as RSS, we don't need lectures from them. So yes, I have answered your question here. What else, Madhav?
Your own party's track record, sir. What about ladke hain galti ho jati hai? You've not answered that question.
As
recent incidents that have been reported.
Also. Madhav, as I said earlier also, madam, could you just chill for a moment? It's my turn. I'll complete and then you can reply.
Yeah, one by one, please. So, yes, Faizan.
Yeah. As I said, Madhav, that statement of Netaji was taken out of context. Netaji was not saying that you shield rapists. He was generally talking about men and whatever the situation may be. Finally, Akhilesh Yadav and Dimple Yadav G categorically said that women respect is of utmost importance for Samajwadi Party. Anyone making a loose comment or a bad comment in Samajwadi Party won't be tolerated.
Okay.
So Akhilesh Yadav is leading Samajwadi Party right now.
Okay.
We have to see what he believes in, what his ideology is.
Okay. Ratan Sharda, I want you to come in on that. Those questions have all been answered by Akhilesh and Dimple, and of course it is RSS that repeatedly is being spoken about by our panelists in any event, as certain quotes also he has given earlier of Mr. Mohan Bhagwat and other leaders of RSS, which they say are comments of a patriarchal nature. How would you respond to that, Ratan Sharda?
See, first of all, in RSS there has been no story ever of sexual harassment or exploitation. It shows what respect RSS has for women, how they are treated as equal. Of course, all the panelists have not heard of Dr. Nivedita Pide, who heads the Vivekanand Kendra. They have not heard of Geeta Gande, who is ex-ABP leader, who heads C Shakti. They have not heard of Vidya Raja Sindhia, who was the BHP founder leader. They have not heard of ABP full-timers like Pamda Kale and Rupur Sharma, who rose to become leaders. They have not heard of Shantakka, who heads the Rashtriya Sevika Samiti. They have not heard of all the brilliant women that have led RSS bodies and RSS organizations in various places. And the way RSS has got women in various organizations, it shows that they have more space and there are more women in RSS without any hassle of being sexually exploited than all the parties put together, whether it's left, whether it's communist, or whether it's Samajwadi Party. Samajwadi Party forgets that Mayawati was nearly molested very heavily in the assembly itself. It was a big task for the BJP MLA to save her. So let us not lecture people. And what you call patriarchal, it is one of the most important pillar of Indian society, that is the family. And the family, men and women share equal responsibility. That is where these ideas come from. So don't misquote, don't clip. But your answer to this particular issue of women, I have given you all the examples, and women have best possible participation in RSS and allied organizations. So let us not get into where, because other parties have horrible horrible kind of, records. You already talked about that. I don't even want to repeat it. But to say that it is patriarchal, these are outdated notions. These are typical woke comments. They don't even understand what's the meaning, because for them, women are just products. They are there who are supporting various sentiments, who show women as products, not as their own lives. They treat them as objects, which we don't. So that is the problem. That is where we draw the line, and they don't understand. And for your example, RSS-inspired organizations outside Bharat have men and women all in the same organization. There is not even a separate organization. In India itself, Mohan Bhagwat Ji clearly said, when Rashtriya Sevika Samiti wants to merge with RSS, he'll happily do it. It's for them to decide. So the freedom of women to do what they want to do is the biggest point that RSS raises. It does not try to either patronize women or productize women or exploit women.
Okay, Tehseen wants to respond to you. I'm going to allow him quick response, please.
Very important. I have a lot of respect for Ratan Sharda Ji. He's one of the most learned people on the RSS. And he's right. Most people don't know about the Seva Samiti. Mohan Vaidya Ji, and I'm quoting Times of India and Economic Times, recently said and explained why women don't join the RSS main organization. Now he says because it requires the meeting to be at 6 a.m. and it requires exercise, both of which do not suit women. Now this is Mohan Vaidya Ji. Now let me just come to a larger issue that I want to make. Let's say, Madhav, hypothetically, there's a newsroom. One second, please.
Listen.
This is the mindset.
I attend more RSS.
One moment, gentlemen, please, one moment.
Please. Okay, this is not fair.
Okay, Mr. Sharda, coming to you in exactly 15 seconds. Complete your point quickly, Tehseen. Coming to you, Mr. Sharda, you can clarify the point. Quickly conclude, Tehseen.
This is the mindset Faizan and I are fighting against. My wife wakes up at 6 a.m. to exercise. Why does it not suit women? That women cannot work out at 6 a.m. They can't come. They can't have meetings at 6 a.m. Madhav, you come from a family. This mindset that women can't work at 6 a.m. in the morning.
It's a mindset issue. It's a mindset issue. And in fact, there are comments. They have also many. One second. Tehseen, you made your point. I'm just going to add one quotation. Of course, there are many quotations that have been read out here that Mr. Bhagwat has said in 2013 that husband and wife are in contract under which husband says that you take care of the house, I will take care of your needs. So this comment has also been interpreted in the past, Mr. Sharda. I'm sorry, you would have also come across commentary that's interpreting this as being patriarchal in nature. Your response to all these questions.
Madhav, this is out of context. What Mohanji said, this is the Western way of thinking. In our thinking, women have equal rights. Women could do anything. Don't quote clip, like Zubair, don't quote clips from Mohan Bhagwat Ji. Now coming to meetings, see, Tehseen just goes to some parties. He doesn't know women have to work at home, in office. They have their own issues. I have been attending meetings where women come. Listen, yeah.
Let him make his point. Let him make his point. Yeah, Mr. Sharda.
They tell very clear, this is the time that suits us, this is the time that doesn't suit us. So when we do meeting with women, we are careful that meeting suits both of them. So trying to say that this is also patriarchal, I think he's not being practical. You ask Radhika Kheda what happens when you call them in the night and harass her. So don't give me those, those comments. We are much more considerate about women's time, women's work, and women how they can attend meeting. So we have meetings where we adjust to their timing if they are also to attend meeting. So you will quote something without experience. I quote from my experience. You can use your bookish knowledge. You can use Google. You don't have, you are not.
Tanveer Ahmed, you respond to that. It's not just Radhika Khera. There's also Priyanka Chaturvedi when she left the Congress party. All of these are ladies who have claimed that there has been some amount of harassment that they have faced.
I've given full-time women's reference, which you don't understand.
Madhav, Mr. Ratan Sharda ji, let me answer it. Madhav, let us really discuss the most important and integral part of this entire discussion. We are talking about Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi spoke about the economic ability of India, where India is and where India can be.
Please answer my questions. I have no problems with you addressing the economy. But please answer my question. What about the ladies who have faced harassment in the Congress party?
I can tell loads of ladies who faced harassment in BJP. I can tell you loads of BJP MLAs who were caught with molestation, who were caught doing wrongdoings with their party workers. That we are not really discussing these issues. We are discussing more important issues.
We are discussing, sir, the allegation that these are patriarchal organizations. So I think this is pretty much part of that discussion. Two wrongs don't make a right. I'm not justifying any wrong in any political party. But if there are wrongs, they have to be addressed, Tanvir.
I'm sure Congress is going to take suitable action, and I'm sure Rahul Gandhi, under his able leadership, Kharge under his able leadership, would definitely do whatever they can do to protect, promote and propagate women leadership. And I'm sure they are doing it. I know all the political parties. I can tell you from my previous party, where the party symbol was woman. Woman was really deeply respected. And no political party willingly would like to disrespect women. Here, I would not like to say that RSS is disrespecting women. But we are really missing a pivotal point. Did Rahul Gandhi really say something wrong about the country? Absolutely no. Rahul Gandhi was saying that China is progressing. Let us progress as much as China or better than China. Rahul Gandhi was saying that women are really left off. Can we bring women on the mainstream? Here we are sitting and discussing that Rahul Gandhi has spoken bad about India and Indian women, Indian economy. He praised China. Where are we trying to take this discussion? Rahul Gandhi was an absolute intellectual who was speaking about the great potentiality this country has and this country can be. But it really needs a political strength. No businessman is definitely going to grow on his own. The political party definitely needs to give an atmosphere which is conducive, and a political atmosphere which can protect, promote and propagate a businessman.
Okay.
And here we are discussing, rather than discussing what happened.
Okay, I think when you made that intellectual comment, I saw many smiles, perhaps reminiscent of what Mr. Sam Pitroda said earlier as well during the course of this particular event. But let me bring in Kartikeya Tanna. Kartikeya Tanna, what has Rahul Gandhi said that is factually wrong? He's spoken about the economic prowess of China and how India perhaps needs to look at certain lessons from there and catch up. Is there anything wrong in that sense in what he has said? Please respond to what Tanvir is saying.
See, Madhav, of course, there is something wrong, which is what we were discussing for the first half of this debate, which is this blanket statement on how the BJP and the RSS view women. I mean, there are spokespersons who have countered that amply. I don't want to go into that because we can debate about which party is good for women and bad for women till the cows come home. You know, the important point, Madhav, is that, Britishers kept India boiling and retain power because of this divide and rule policy, as well as derogating India. The Britishers have left, but they have left behind these elites, and one of them is Rahul Gandhi. Now, behind these utterances, what is important, what we must try to understand is what is hiding in plain sight and who is he appealing to in the United States and why. The obvious agenda seems to be fundraising. Now, Rahul Gandhi isn't so daft that, he's going to request funds straight into the Congress. Instead, he's provoking, inspiring, or cajoling, whatever you call it, forces that are interested in the balkanization of India to fund NGOs and other organizations which aim to break India from within. For example, Open Society, that's one example. Now, a large number of NRIs, unfortunately, and because I'm in the US, I'm aware of that, a large number of NRIs in the US and the West in general, they are impressed with India's growth story, they support Modi, but there are still many who seek to divide India and rebut its growth story and make sure it's stunted. Rahul Gandhi is effectively, with these, blanket statements and woke dialogues, as Ratanji said, he is essentially appealing to the debased psychology among some section of the NRIs to essentially provoke them in order to fundraise their moves to essentially divide India further.
Serious charge. I want to respond to that, Tanvir Ahmed, that he's only appealing to a certain demographic that wants to actually act against India's interests. It's nothing but an attempt at fundraising using this kind of work terminology, etc. That's a charge coming in from Kartikeya Tanna. Would you like to respond to that?
I think Kartikeyan definitely needs to really go back and read India and Indian history. India was there before Modi, India will be there after Modi, India was there before Rahul Gandhi, India will definitely be there after Rahul Gandhi. We don't... And what is this passing remark saying that Rahul Gandhi is trying to divide India? If at all there is any statement like that, Indian government is very strong, they would put Rahul Gandhi behind bars. Any person who is on the verge of dividing India who definitely doesn't deserve a place in parliament, and especially not as a leader of opposition. Let's really abstain ourselves from making such stupid remarks, because you are an intellectual and you need to really bring here some facts rather than coming here just reading out some passing remarks. It is definitely not going to suit an author like you, sir. I have respect to all the authors,
Madhav,
and I don't think it really suits you, sir.
Okay, Karthikeyan.
See, the very fact that he has been going on and on and on about caste, making a caste census, and his utterances throughout in the last 12 months are obvious enough, Tanveer. I mean, you don't even need to have a high IQ in order to understand what exactly he's trying to do. The Britishers did not, they did not eventually divide India, but they at least retained power by fomenting tensions and keeping India boiling. That is exactly Rahul Gandhi's plan. Now, he's not succeeding in it, which is a testament to his inefficiency. Fortunately for India, he's not succeeding in his plans. But why is he uttering all these woke ideologies and these blanket statements and analysis about RSS and patriarchal in the US? The obvious agenda is fundraising.
Okay, let me now quickly bring in Tehseen on one point. Tehseen, one point or one statement of his particularly piques my interest, where he comes out to say that Devta does not mean God, and I'm quoting exactly what he said, that Devta in India actually means a person whose internal feelings are exactly the same as his external expression, meaning he's a completely transparent being. It does not mean God. Where has Rahul Gandhi picked up this idea that Devta does not mean God? I can't wrap my head around this statement.
I would like to come specifically to this, but I have something to say, and I was continuously raising my finger on two very important points, and I take very severe objection. I have a lot of respect for Karthikeyan, but when you casually pass off a statement, and thank you, Tanveer, for bringing this up, that Rahul Gandhi is encouraging the balkanization of India. He said this live on your show. The leader of opposition is encouraging the balkanization of India? I mean, how can you get away? I have a lot of disagreements with Prime Minister Modi. Will I ever say Modi is anti-national? What kind of language on your show? And then to say Rahul Gandhi is encouraging the caste census, I will shave my head off on this show live. Let the BJP spokesperson say BJP is against caste census. Tell them they will say they're against caste census. I'll apologize and leave your show. Right now, I'll leave. Are they against caste census? They've on record said they will do it. So
okay.
Rahul Gandhi saying what BJP is doing it makes Rahul Gandhi anti-national. Let Shazia say no.
Okay, even the RSS has supported the caste census. Is the BJP against the caste census? I think that's a pointed question coming in from the side of Tehseen.
No.
Quickly respond. One second. You've not answered my question, Tehseen, but I'm going to let Shazia respond to that
really
one.
Understand.
I do want to.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I really like the way Tehseen ducked that one and tried to deflect from the Devta one. But coming to that, you're talking about the caste system, and Tanveer is the last person who should be talking about that, because when there was a caste census actually done in Karnataka by the Congress government, it has yet to see the light of the day. So every time they talk about the caste system, they should really look into themselves. They should look at what they did with Mandal report. They should look at what Rajiv Gandhi did and what he believed in, and how they actually ensured that Mandal Commission report is implemented 10 years later. They should really look at what Indira Gandhi did to Babu Jagjeevan Ram, Dalit, and they should also talk about what Jawaharlal Nehru did and said to all the chief ministers, using a very foul word and an unsavory word for our Dalit brothers and sisters. So let's not even go there. But coming back to Devta, I mean, it's like, I don't know what is wrong with Rahul Gandhi. Why does he have to cut a sorry figure? Like, to say that Devta is a transparent person, this equanimity of outer inner. So, when you try to be something you're not, you just cut a very sorry figure.
Okay.
You may become a source of embarrassment.
So both of you are not answering the question that you have been asked, essentially. Neither Shazia nor Tehseen. But, let me bring in some other panelists. If Tanveer, do you have any idea as to what Mr. Rahul Gandhi's thought process was when he made those comments about Devta?
I will tell you. Actually, quite some time back when I was having a discussion with Mr. Ratan Sharda said something which is really remarkable. He said Hinduism is not a book. Hinduism is a library. Everybody has their own interpretation. Ahamo Brahmasmi. We have Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishta Advaita. Everybody has their own place. People who believe in Murti Pujan, people who believe in Nirvikar, the Nirakar Deva, everybody has their own understanding. And I'm sure Rahul Gandhi has an understanding. You need to really ask Rahul Gandhi to substantiate. And Mr. Ratan Sharda, you had said this, that Hinduism is not a book, it is a library. And I'm sure Rahul Gandhi has picked up a book from that library and he has really come out.
Sir, please tell us which book. Please enlighten us. I'm waiting to hear which book this is. Tanveer, please tell us which book this is. I would also like to read it. Let me also, maybe my knowledge is not enough. I should also broaden my horizons.
So many books.
Huh?
Madhav,
Okay, Ratan Sharda.
Many libraries I could not find. I went through library. I could not find alternative word for Devta, which tells me
one by one, please, Mr. Tanvir. Yeah, you've asked a question to Ratan Sharda. Now let him respond.
My friend Tanvir, you referred to my scholarship. Then tell me. I went through library. I could not find any word which gave the meaning of Devta as transparent human being, not as a divinity. Okay, so library has limitations. Maybe since he's an intellectual, he will create new words. He will create new belief system. He will create a new faith order. I will be happy to look at Bhagwan Rahul Gandhi, Rahul Baba creating another new Jamaat and another new community and Sampradaya. You can join it. I have no problem with that. Now coming to more serious issues, Rahul Gandhi raised the issue of that we are not one India, we are multiple ideas of India. That exactly is the debate. What is the debate between RSS and Congress? Congress believes India was invented in 1947, courtesy British who brought India together. There was no India before that. While we say India is an ancient land which has been there since Vedic times, defined by its boundaries, defined by its culture, defined by its spiritualism, all that tells us what is this Bharat. And it may have been politically different, it may have been attacked many times, but spirit of one Bharat has remained. There are different cultures who represent the same idea. Right. Respecting the nature, respecting all the aspects of nature, all these are part of this Bharat, very Bharat. We have similar cultures, similar festivals. That is what Bharat is. We don't believe Bharat was born in 1947. I'm happy he started the debate. We should go through the debate. Secondly, talking of China's progress, why did India lag behind? Because Congress did not allow liberalization for another 10 years before China did it. So India lagged behind 10 years as starting point.
Right.
After that, what happens? PV Narasimha Rao does it. PV Narasimha Rao is removed from the icons of Congress. He's nowhere to be found. He's not even allowed entry into Congress Southern. He's not finds any place. He can't even be cremated in Delhi. He is to taken to Andhra Pradesh. That is what happens to person who actually brought dynamism to the economy. And when you say, so these are the issues which you discuss, when you say...
Yes, Ratan Sharda, actually, Rahul Gandhi has given us so many debating points. We can have a 3-hour discussion around it. Unfortunately, we have the limitation of time and we have to discuss a very, very important issue. And therefore, I'd like to say many thanks to Karthikeya Tana as well as Tanvir Ahmed for joining us on debate number 1. All our other guests will continue with us for debate number 2.